Good morning, beautiful people. Back up and ready for the world, and the world is ready for you and I. So, without further ado, let's get out here and do something about it. And it's your boy, Frank Madman Nitty, aka Network Nitty, aka Frank McFadden, the actor. If you're watching this on replay, please enjoy yourself. Make sure to hit the like if you haven't already. Please subscribe and enjoy the ride. Just trying to do better in a world that's hard enough. I hope you're having a great morning so far. I know it's still early for some of us, like 7 a.m., sometimes earlier than that. Grand Rising Lisa, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. And I know you are the like, so thank you. uh, it's going to be a great day. Yesterday was work. I'm still waking up from that. But I still got to do my exercising and all that other good stuff, and making some moves. So I got scheduled. I got stuff scheduled. So I'm ready. How you doing this morning? I know you probably on your way to work or getting ready for work, right? On this Wednesday. I think I'm about to. I'm not sure. Should I put on my meditation songs? I found out I had to go put some more of my music on my computer up and at it. I heard that. Up and at it. Now get it. You dig? But, I had to put some more of my music on my computer because not even logged in. Because I don't have my full catalog to share with you guys. I have a song called "Waking Up" that I would like to start using when I go live early in the morning. And then we're going to the meditation frequency or something like that. But it's all stuff that's still being put together. But yeah, I would have loved to wake up, get here, get on this thing, and use, get on YouTube and use my music. Shout out to everybody that came to my live last night. If you're watching this on the replay, I really appreciate that. A lot of y'all came in, interacted. That's major. My sub count moving up too, organically. So I can appreciate that. So anybody that's listening, watching on the replay, thank you. And please remember to sub. And yeah, so yesterday I went to work and I did worked on a Chicago Med, a TV show. And oh my God, like we were playing diner patrons. So basically we were sitting around in a diner, chilling, like eating and commiserating. But it's showbiz, it's TV, it's film, so they made plates and plates and plates of food to use as props in the show. But I'm talking like real food, like not the kind of stuff you can go to Dollar General and buy that look like food. We had real food sitting on plates at tables, and these people were literally saying, "You can nibble, you can try to eat it, but it's been sitting out for so long, you might not want to eat it." Thanks for the like. I appreciate whoever it is to join. Tap in, say hi if you can. If not, so be it. Thank you. But they had all this food. We were in a like a breakfast diner, and they had on one side of the restaurant a gang of donuts, right? Like all kind look like a um, Dunkin' Donuts on steroids. If You know what the Dunkin' Donuts is, but it looked like Dunkin' Donuts on steroids. On one side of the restaurant, then the other restaurant side of the restaurant, it was a huge kitchen, and they had the workers that I guess worked there. Let me put this out. The workers they hired to fix the food. So I'm talking about they bringing out gourmet salads and plates with burgers and fries and cheese, what's it, cheese sticks or whatever, mozzarella sticks, and what else I saw on the plate? Cause look, I was looking on every plate. I was so hungry. I'm not even gonna stunt. I was so hungry that I'm looking at all the plates. And the girl that was in the scene with me, she was playing my date at the place. We were standing by the door waiting on to be seated. And she like, hey, you staring at the food, white girl. She's like, you staring at the food, they gonna get that on camera. I'm like, shit, it's real. Cause if I was in this mug for real, like trying to buy something and I was hungry like this, I'd be staring at their food too. So it don't matter. Like I'm gonna keep that part. I hope they keep that part. What's up to my viewers? I appreciate y'all coming in. If you can, if it's possible, hit the like. I would enjoy that, and I'm so happy that you are here. Thanks for the hearts and everything. Yeah, hit the like, and if you haven't already sub, please sub. I see my 8 viewers. Thank you so much. I only have 2 likes, so let's see if we can get up to eight likes. But at any rate, so they got all this food sitting around on these tables, and donuts, but they're not giving them to none of the background, none of the actors. Only people really eating the food are the crew members, like the guys with the cameras, the guys who go get the grips, the people who carry all of the equipment and everything, and the makeup artists and all of those. They're the ones that are privy to the food, and the main actors, but they like literally going to pick them some food, make them some food, and bring it back out so that they can eat fresh food if they decide that they want to eat during the scene. But man, let me tell you, I was so the girl that was playing my date, she was I've never seen. She was big and so hard, and she looked like she had money and all that. I guess those some of them folks look like they be doing their thing and they really are. She was big and so hard. For those onion rings, it became funny. Like they were ignoring her. They were trying to talk her down, like, we don't want you to get food poisoning or whatever. So it was another girl and a guy that were playing couples that were walking in and out of the scene. They gave her the other girl a carton full of onion rings. You know, they didn't have to put anything in it, but I guess they wanted to make her feel like it was real. So they put a thing full of onion rings in this carton. And she walking back and forth in the scene. And at the end of the night, the girl that was in the scene with me was like asking her, like, you want those onion rings? You gonna eat those onion rings? Let me get those onion rings. And she was like, no, I'm eating these onion rings. So it was hilarious. It was hilarious. But then they took all that food, and what the crew didn't take, which was, it was so much food that the crew couldn't take all that food. But they took all of that food and tossed it. They say they can't give it to the homeless and they can't give it to us. Good reason why I would say that. Thanks for the like. The reasons being was they didn't want if somebody got food poison, sick, they could sue. What's up, Troy? Thanks for joining, Troy McGuire. I appreciate you, sir. Please make sure you hit the sub if you haven't already. Hit the like if you haven't already, and enjoy. But yeah, I'm telling the story about yesterday. I had to work on a TV show called Chicago Med. If you don't know, I'm a background actor, and this is what happened. So we were doing a diner scene, and they made this abundance of food, a great amount of food, so that they can continually, like, bring in food, take out food, bring in, like, if somebody moves something or mess something up on a plate, they go get another plate that looks like it. But they would not let us eat this food. They would let us nibble on. Well, I wasn't eating anything because my scene, what they wanted me to do in my scene, excuse me, y'all, was just stand at the door and wait for a server to come and take us to our table, which never happened because every time the server came, she was way off her timing So every time that she came to take us to the table, it would be cut. She didn't let the time run out. But she but yeah, so we had all this food. They tossed it. They tossed it. Nobody could enjoy that food except the crew and some of the actors. They had an abundance of donuts. They had so many. I should have took a picture of it. It was so many donuts, and I don't even eat like regular donuts because most donuts are made with milk, and I'm allergic. But there was so many donuts that I would have taken some. Lisa, I won't know if I make the scene until the actual show comes out. Like when I did the Shy, any major scene that I was in, they would send me. They would at least like give me a heads up. Hey, bro, you gonna be in that what's called, or I would get like the actual scene. They would email it to me or whatever. But yeah, for these, I don't be knowing. I don't know too many people in med like that where they would be calling me or texting me or anything. And the shy is like literally what you see on TV is what you get in real life. I mean, except for the villains. Everybody is like family there. Ain't no. I don't think they even date each other on the shy. Like the people that work there are the background, and we all like big like brothers and sisters on the shy. Sometimes we'll have to play couples, but it's like almost like we grew up together. We be so grossed out about it, like whatever. Then you hear the girl that's playing your 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 mate talking about my husband would be tripping, woo, 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 and vice versa. The guys trying to like, hey, look, because it's just strictly friendships and family members on the shy. So it was easy for like to get that information. Oh, bro, you gonna be in this scene? You well seen? Or when we doing the scene, I'm cool with the directors, the assistant directors, and some of the grips and everything. If they see me on the monitor while they're filming, they will come around and tell me, "Hey, bro, you in this heavy? Do your thing, blah blah, Skippy." But not Chicago Med. So I don't know. And it doesn't even seem like I think this scene was kind of more based on the three people that were principals. Principals are the main actors. The three principals more so than the background. I think they used us as like shadows and movement and that type stuff. So it wasn't really about the background yesterday. So I don't know. I doubt it. But I am in a lot of Chicago med scenes, especially the ones in the hospital, because I used to get a lot of phone calls about that. Like the people that I work with, or I'll be on social media and somebody will record the part or take a picture of the part, tag me in it. So that was pretty cool. And yesterday I went on set, and I hadn't been on set for like a whole year. And I'm not going off into that conversation about why I wasn't working, but it was purposeful. But this older lady that did the Shy with me a couple of times, she saw me, and why she just sent the whole room up, like, "Hey, what's going on, superstar?" Everybody turned around like, "What's up?" She's like, "Yeah, didn't I see you and woo woo wop, and you was talking and woo woo wop?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute now, like." You saw me in this, you saw me in that, you saw me, and then that woo woo wop, you ain't heard me say a word. When you see me talking, it's gonna be a whole nother brand of listen. When I come get on live, it's gonna be totally different the conversations, cause y'all gonna be talking to a star. Like right now, I'm just like what they say, a ghetto celebrity, hood celebrity. I walk down the street and people be like, "Dad, that's Nitty. He is a celebrity. He be on this show and that show." But as far as that national and international notoriety, and I'm not gonna stop. Like I'm not gonna stop jumping on YouTube and my channel. I'm not gonna stop jumping on Twitch, which I need to start doing a little bit more. But I'm getting accustomed to Twitch, and I got Restream, Um, Somebody that was close to me, really close to me, put me up on Restream. So I'm going to use that as well. But yeah, I'm not switching up. I'm not switching up. The only time I'm not gonna be on these channels, kicking it with my um, Nitty Squad, my Mob Squad. I'm figuring a name for y'all, but when I'm on here, I'm gonna be on here. Like I'm gonna be on here. Hopefully, no, seriously, I'll be going live from my trailer, which I've had a few of those. Yeah, it is. Um, it's very nice to be noticed. Um, so yeah, I'll be going live from my trailer, the Nitty Squad. I don't know. Is it catchy? I'm trying to find something that's catchy that my viewers can be proud of. You know what I mean? Then I can start like giving away shirts and shit. Like get some. You want your Nitty Squad shirt? Holla at me. Be the this that and this another. You know, figure something out. You know. So I'm gonna try and get it right. See, there's so many nitties though, so I don't really want to just leave it to Nitty, the Nitty Squad, only because it's gonna be a bunch of nitties saying, "Yeah, they talking about me." They talking about my channel. Come join my channel. Nope. I was working on some t-shirts with the code on it. My brother next door, I completely forgot in all this time while I was focused on my relationship, I had kind of stopped remember I forgot about all the guys and what they had going on. And my brother next door, um, he do silk screening. I mean, not silk screening. He do the printing, the shirt printing, and everything. So I'm gonna get all that together, and I promise you, I'm finna start doing giveaways. I'm finna start going. I'm about to start going live. And for everybody that's watching that don't know what finna mean, it's a slang, hood slang, black slang for about to or fixing to. So I'm finna. So I'm gonna be in my trailer or on set going live, and I'm gonna be bringing those other principals, main stars in. Shit, I do it now. Like if you look at the reels and the shorts that I got put up, you'll see like Cortez Smith, the one who played Nuck from The Shy. I got Ahmad Ferguson, he jumping in one of them. The guy who plays Jamal from The Shy. I got Kevin. Uh, all the people from The Shy jumped in. Fargo, when I did Fargo, I got pictures and videos of some of the most of the main stars on that. So when I get the opportunity and go live, I'm bringing some of them with me. I'm bringing some of them with me. Right now, I got my picture up and I'm not trying to be seen right now. I'm tired. I'm tired. And besides, I'm trying to figure out a good time to start being seen now, because that's going to be a thing too. Yeah, thank you. That is what's up. So that's what I'm doing now. Actually, I could do it now anyway before I'm principal. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start reaching out to some of my acting buddies. Like I don't know if you watched this show called The Bear. Y'all watch The Bear? Uh, one of the main characters in that show. Um, I did my first big scene on The Shy with, and his name is Corey Hendricks. I'm not sure what his name is in the Bear because I have not seen one episode of The Bear. I want to start and watch it from the beginning and catch on up because everybody's saying it's a really good show. But Corey, I'm gonna see if Corey will jump on here one day with me. Um, when I was in Fargo, I got close to a bunch of the guys on there. Oh, is that good? Yeah, I'm gonna check it out because the guy who played Lips from Shameless, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Shameless, and all of those people in that show gave me a different perspective on white folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, they just as bad as some hood black folk or worse. You know? And then Liam and all those guys. Yeah, I used to love that show. So naturally, I thought The Bear was a spinoff from Shameless. I'm like, damn, this man went from jail and being bad to becoming an owner of a restaurant. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. But nah, it's not a spinoff. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Thank you for the other viewer that's in here. I wish you could like interact, but if you can't, that's cool too. I hope you hit the like, and I got a feeling you subbed, but if not, sub. We got some quiet watchers in here who unfortunately don't say anything or can't say anything or whatever because of stuff that they, whatever. But so yeah, that's what I'm on. Today's going to be delightful. Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. That was tough. That was tough. But yeah. Yesterday was I don't know if you watched the live from yesterday, last night when I came in. Yesterday was rough. Yesterday was rough. After yesterday, I'm telling you, can't nobody tell me, about no bad days, cause at least I wake up, I get a phone call, and it's my boy, one of my closest friends. Like when I moved to the south side of Chicago, before I moved to the south side of Chicago, one of my closest, yeah, I'm all right. I was smoking and talking don't match something, don't mix sometimes. But he was dating my little cousin. My little cousin was raised in our household like my little sister. So we really close. Well, we were really close back then, but we still close. But anyway, she was dating this guy named Tay. And me and Tay got really, really cool. So when I moved out here to the south side, he was staying right down the street. And we became like the closest of buddies. He showed me around the neighborhood and introduced me to everybody. So I fit right in. Um, his granny died yesterday, and Granny was like the granny of the block. We called her Bebe. She was the granny of the block, all the way up until she passed yesterday. She passed. Then on yesterday, the same day, one of my homies, we call him Booby, his mother died, and I have an auntie that's in the hospital. She's getting better, but that was crazy. She's in the hospital. We worried about that, and I think I'm missing another death. And then plus all of the stuff that's going on with my personal life, or was going. It was just like a lot. And then one of my other best friends, because I guess I've done a lot of trauma bonding in my life, where it's a lot of people that, for some reason, when they're going through something, whether they know me or they don't know me, they tend to tell me and talk to me. I guess I look like one of those people that can give good advice or whatever. But a lot of my friends and close friends are and allies. We have become friends and allies because of trauma bonding. And so basically, one of my best friends went through a tough breakup. So now he coming to me. He coming to all of us, but he coming to me about his breakups, and I'm here for it. It's like I give him better advice than I get myself. Than I give myself. Like not give myself, because I get some great advice, but I literally had to listen to the advice I gave him and be like, let me implement that in my life. But so I really had no room to like really I guess now, but enjoy the space I'm in. Um, there's just a lot going on, and then to be going on when like I won't say I'm not alone, but let me think how I can put it. I went from a comfortable environment where it was always people, but I still wasn't. We weren't communicating, so that didn't make that let that go. But yeah, no, I've always been like my whole life. I've always had to like work things out pretty much by myself, and I just got like that. It's just like whatever. Like no matter what happened, what I went through, what happened to me, whatever, who passed. There was moments where it would be like how they said take a village. There would be moments, very small moments where it was a village, but most of the time, everything that I had to go through, I had to go through alone. And today, well, at up to today, like that's how it's been. Like I've been going through it alone, so I've been grateful for those who are going through things. Not grateful, I don't know how to say that, but um, I've been grateful that those who are going through things have been coming to me to talk to me about it because it's been preoccupying my mind and actually helping me get better in my stuff. But yeah, so bro, he been hitting me up, calling me and everything, and we've been getting through this together. But yeah, it's been a lot on my plate, and I just say, God, keep on putting it on my plate, cause I'm gonna keep on eating. I'm gonna keep on eating. How them kids do it, you know that little motion they do with eating. I'm eating. I'm still eating. I ain't tripping, and I'm gonna get better and better every day, every day. And I hope y'all do too, for real. But yeah, so it's been a lot of trauma and craziness going on in my circle, in my life. But it's all for the better. I do know this. I don't want to just, things are getting better. Every day I wake up, it's a little more easier. It's a lot more easier than yesterday, the day before. Every day. And eventually, I'm going to be on top, like all good. Back to where I need to be. But who knows? I'm just ready for whatever. I'm starting to get ready for whatever. I'm training. But yeah, so get back to it. Work was work was work. We had a 3 o'clock call time, but shit, we got off at what? Which is so cool about my work because we already have a set rate when we sign up, when we get booked for those shows. It's a set rate, like a set hourly. This is how much you're gonna get paid within 8 hours. And then if that 8 hours only is 15 minutes, or if it's 8 hours, you still getting paid this allotment of money, so you don't have to worry. So if I come into work and say my call time is 3 o'clock, at shit, and they wrap us at 4 o'clock, an hour later, I still get that 8 hour allotment, that 8 hours of money. Anything after 8 hours, if we do happen to work past 8 hours, it's time and a half and everything. But yeah, so. But oh yeah. So that's why it's probably good where I'm at right now with it because I need to get back to daily work until a TV show comes along and says we only need you for this many episodes, but we're gonna pay you this amount of money. That's what I'm looking forward to. Or a movie comes along and I'm only needed for so many scenes and get paid this allotment, or I'm needed for the whole movie and get paid that big old amount. So that's what I'm working on now. And I think it's probably God saying, like, bro, you can't really have anybody, or you have to have like the perfect team around you right now. That's what I'm feeling from God. Like, you have to have for the walk I'm taking, for the road I'm on and everything, I have to have a strong unit, a strong foundation. I have to have people around me that are super solid. No games, no um, hidden agendas, no issues that might come back to haunt. But I see so many teams get took down like that. You'll see a strong team, and then one of them fucking creep. So he get caught up for being a creep, or she get caught up for being a creep, and then the whole crew get taken down, or somebody getting played in the real life, cheated on or whatever, and blackmail and all that other weird stuff going on. So that's why you have to have a super solid team, super solid. So I think that's what God has been showing me. All those real people that's in my circle that I can, tighten my circle with. You don't have to worry about the foundation falling apart. Those are the people that still checking in on me genuinely. Like one of the guys that played in Fargo with me, we always supposed to have got upgraded to speaking parts, but he was the first one before COVID hit, and they gave him his speaking part. And he played this dude named Banjo in the show, a hitman. Um, Bro, he didn't even want to be an actor, so to speak. He said he coming back now, but the only reason I know he said he coming back now is because every other day, I mean, well, every once, like probably like once, maybe twice a week, he'll hit me up like, bro, he doing normal stuff right now, like Uber Eats and all that, or whatever it's called, but he dropping food off or whatever. But he also has, he got his clothing sales and his notoriety from the show. He he'll pop up, he'll just hit me up like, bro, I'm in your neighborhood. Finna slide, holla at you. See what's up. Get some advice, give me some advice or whatever. So it's those type people. Like my homies, the twins, they call both of them on the phone same time. What's up, brother? What's up, big bro? How you feeling, man? We checking on you. They'll see some stuff on, like I might be a little down on social media or something. They'll call me. You all right, bro? You all right? What's going on? Talk to us. They don't be knowing, but That's the type of people I need around me at all times. Like not all times, but you know, when we out here, when we making these moves, people that like they literally go and brag about knowing me, brag about us being friends, and I do the same about them. Like anybody that knows me knows that who are my closest friends. So it's that pride. Like when the person is proud to know you, that they got your back. When the person is out putting you on a pedestal out in this public, and they're not just fans, they're people you break bread with, and they support you and you support them, and you do for them and they do for you. Them the people. You just gotta be careful. You gotta watch, because some people just there to play the game. And you could easily see them. You can easily see who's there just to like gain something from you, and who's there genuinely. You can see it, especially at my age. I've been around a nice time, half century. I could see who tripping and who not tripping. just when you plugged into somebody that you don't want to be the one that's tripping, it's like it's hard to let go. But yeah, it's been a very exciting week or two that passed, and exciting, not so, don't, that's, it's not so positive exciting. People passing and people leaving and heartbreak and trauma. And I think I'm gonna go live later on. I don't know if y'all heard about the Chicago thing where the Chicago kids jumped on the mama and her son. And I don't know, I was at work yesterday, but that just so bothered me when it happened, but it's so bothered me how we responded. But I'm gonna get into that later. We're gonna talk about that. Cause that's crazy. And it's gonna be an unpopular opinion. So I give y'all who are here the part of the unpopular opinion that y'all, the yeah, the so I don't, at least I'll give you the story, but you probably can search it on YouTube. Chicago mother and son, you could say, jumped on by kids, Chicago kids. But the way my community responded, and I won't say all of my community, but the community that decided to jump on the social media and jump in front of the camera, man, when I tell you these people showed up, the media showed up at this school, you would have thought that ICE had came through that school and snatched 15 kids out of there without nobody knowing. You know what I'm saying? But it's literally media coming up because they saw this fight. This is the weird part, right? For the last 10 years, we have been in, and probably longer than that, inundated with watching people, black folk, community, fighting each other. Every time you turn on social media, that's what you see. A whole group of, remember World Star Hip Hop. We used to jump on World Star just to watch black folk destroy each other. It was other folk destroy, but for some reason, they focused only on the black folks, not the Texas bar fights with the country boys and all the country ladies and the motorcycle. None of that stuff. Always black community fighting each other. And I've noticed that it's starting to show up again. It has slowed down. It died down when a certain person was in office. I was like, oh yeah, okay. I'm starting to see a better algorithm and all that. It's then started up again. And so I came from community. Just Google it. Such a sad story. My God, the world is so cruel. Yeah, it is. And I'm gonna see. This is why I'm saying it's an unpopular opinion, and I'll get into it further later on. Why did all them black folk go to that school up there like they finna jump them kids? Like, come on, where are we as a people? Like, and I'm not saying as a people because what ticks me off is what I'm doing right now, is lumping us all up in one bucket, and we not. I see way more kind black folk than I see black folk that love that's grimy like that. I see way more kind folk than I see bad black folk. Way more. But they always focus on the part that's the salacious part, the crazy part, that part. But yeah, I'm like, I would have, if it was me leading that, we would have showed up at that school, but we'd have showed up at that school with hugs and love and understanding, as well as trying to figure out what in these kids' lives have them at a point where they jumping on a mama and their son and her son. That's what y'all scaring these kids. Y'all online talking about we need to whoop they this and if I catch one of them, you grown. You grown. Why is y'all scared of the kids? I ain't never been scared. I don't care how hoodied up, dark mask and everything. I done been in a room full of what they would call YNs where everybody had guns. Except me. Didn't worry about it. Wasn't concerned about them calling me op, thinking I was op, thinking I was an old ON that didn't know what I was talking about. None of that. I was not concerned. And they treated me like unk, quote unquote unk. That's what they treated me like. I didn't go on there trying to lecture them. I didn't go on there. I just told them from my perspective how life looks when you're on the good side, when you're trying to get your life right. And I'm telling them from a place where I used to be a bad guy. Not really bad, but how can I put it? I kept my hands clean, but I knew who to call when I wanted something to go dirty. And they would do that. To this day, I could call somebody right now, but I'm not into all that no more. Trying not to be anyway, because all that just makes it worse. But why are we up at this school acting like we fixing to jump on these kids? Why? Why are we online threatening these kids, doxing these kids, these little black kids? Like she was in 8th grade, she know better. 13, 14. When I was in 8th grade, I knew better. I just was still doing bad stuff. I knew better though. I knew I wasn't supposed to be wrestling on the concrete. I knew I was supposed to be going straight home from after school. I knew I wasn't supposed to be fighting. That didn't mean I wasn't going to do it. Luckily for me, I had good people in my family and in my life that seen me outside screwing up and could put me back in my place, or tell somebody that could put me back in my place. And they didn't have to put their hands on me. I do not ever remember any person outside of my family, outside of my mom's. I don't even remember my father putting his hands on me. My mom, she was the disciplinary. She was the disciplinarian. But I don't remember my father whooping me. He might have talked crazy. He probably whooped me once. I think me and my sister and my, you know how black folks is, my play cousin, poured all that water in that fan while it was on. We tried to kill everything. We don't even know. We just being bad. Ooh, let's see what the water does to the motor. Ooh. I think he whooped me that. I don't even think he whooped me that time because I think I was sick. And when he was about to whoop me, they was like, "Oh no, he's something wrong with this little guy. Let him leave alone." But I was scared enough. But yeah, my mom was my disciplinarian. But in 8th grade, even in high school, we did bad stuff. Shit, I had my first kid at 17. My first daughter was born. I was a junior in high school, senior in high school. I was a junior in high school. Well, no, I was on my way to being a senior. I was a junior while she was pregnant. Yeah. So that was bad. I mean, it wasn't bad, but yeah, it wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. And somebody gonna come and jump on me because of it? Nah. Why are we? And then they kids, we grown. I did hear a few people say I get my son, and why would you tell you? That's why these kids like they are. You going to get your son to fight another little kid. Now your son got that in his mentality. It's weird, man. We need to and then be hollering, we failed our kids. Y'all failing our kids, showing up, talking about y'all about to whoop somebody else's kids. Man, go see if them parents need some type of help, assistance, programs. The whole family can see if they need therapy. What y'all talking about? We finna show up and doxing the parents, and this is their mama, and she ain't this and she ain't that. Like, all right, well, go teach her, show her. She might be living in low income. She might be even had a parent or some parents that wasn't great parents. And then she got people around her that ain't helping her, teaching her anything, challenging her. That's the problem with this world right now. That's the problem with our community right now. We have so many I'm growns. Can't nobody tell me how to move, how to do what I do. I'm grown. But don't realize how much advice and help you need from other people. How much different perspective or how many different perspectives you need to be something or somebody. You could be very, I don't care how, what's the word? Um, no, that's a simple word. How successful you are in those things like, say, content creating or um, your side business or your main job. I don't care how successful you are in that. If you don't have your head on right, if you don't have your head on right, if you didn't have a system around you that was teaching you and giving you advice and challenging you when you were wrong and still doing that to this day, you're not going to be a good person. You're not going to have an enjoyable life. You're going to have a successful life. But success don't always bring joy. And that be the thing. We don't our community anymore. I pray they do too, but unfortunately they won't because so many people out here thinking they'll tell you I'm bipolar or I'm something wrong with my but they will not go get the help. They will continue to live life thinking everything that goes wrong in their life is somebody else's fault. And they won't go get the help. Trauma from day one, bad parenting that they got trauma from. And they take it on into they adult life and think that, all right, well, I can't get that part of my life right, but if I can get money and notoriety, then it won't be all right. It is not going to be okay. It's not going to fix itself. You have to fix yourself. You have to look for the help. And people just refuse to do that. I know that I had a bad upbringing. I know that it was tough on me. I know that my dad didn't do this or my moms didn't do that. I know that. But that don't affect how I live now. That don't affect the bad decisions I make or do now. And won't even pay attention to the fact that you're doing exactly what they did. You're doing exactly what they did. They abuse something. I bet you got something that you overuse, you do too much of, or they're violent. I bet you put hands on people. They rant, they rage, they vent, they go crazy on people. There's a pattern. There's a pattern, but people will not go out and get that community help. If you don't have the mindset to do better, to want to do better for yourself. Exactly. But here go the thing though, right? They will have the mindset to do better, but the mindset to do better will only be for what they have focus on. They're not focusing inward, they're focusing outward. There's so many people that saying, well, look, I can't get this right. Like I said, I can't get this part of my shit going right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this so fancy, this so beautiful, this so great that people don't even pay attention to that part. They just pay attention to that. String, will, and goals of purpose. Strong will. Oh yeah, okay. I was like, string will. I should have knew that though. Strong will and goals of purpose. Right. But the purpose gets taken away from what they're supposed to be doing inward. I mean, well, the purpose is a distraction from what the purpose of getting themselves better inward. Questioning stuff. Like when I was having so many problems, even now to this day, I understand that a lot of the things, a lot of the like decisions I make are based on my relationship with my moms and my relationship with my dad and my stepdad and my biological. The parallel, the one couldn't be there for me because he was going through his own traumas. Seriously, trauma. I'm grown. I could see it. That man had so many traumas in his life. And my stepdad, thank God, he came in at the age I think I was 11 when he came into the household and everything. And he kind of put me in a spot where I knew I had options and different choices, right? So I had I had the opportunity to gang bang, hang out with the homies and do my thing and get in trouble, which I did. I chose a lot, but he was always constantly there as a man that was going to work every day, um, sacrificing to make sure his parents and his woman and her kids and his kids were all still in a somewhat comfortable place in life. That was all on his back. And then he still found time to go to like the casino, have fun, go to his friends, hang out with his friends, have fun, and come back and be enough for the family. Be enough for the family. He wasn't worried about it because and then he had some traumas, but he dealt with his traumas. He dealt with his traumas like his dad dealt with his traumas with drinking. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of made him at first, like before he met my moms, he didn't have a close relationship with his kids, his biological kids. When he met my moms, and I saw all of it, she kind of like put him on, look, them your kids, we need to bring them into this and like make this a strong unit. And we did, and we did. But then you had my moms who came up in a big family, 10 kids in one household. She was the third youngest. So, well, what I mean is she had a younger sister and a younger brother. She was the third. She was the seventh kid, put it that way, out of 10. So, and then she had a sister that was old, 1 year older than her. So it was like their responsibility to take care of each other. She had me when she got pregnant with me when she was 16, had me when she was 17. Weird. The same thing happened with me. I had a kid, 16 years old, I'm doing what I ain't supposed to be doing. At 17, I had my first child. So we mimic a lot of the stuff luckily she didn't have any, she didn't drink. She smoked cigarettes and weed. She fell off the weed fast. She quit that because she didn't want to smoke around me. She still smoked cigarettes, but I never picked that habit up. Never even thought about picking that habit up. This is the grossest thing ever to me. But yeah, we have our traumas, and then we come up out of those traumas, and we either one way or the other. We don't let them affect us, and we learn from them, and we move on, and we be great people, or we try and avoid those traumas and put our focus on something else. Meanwhile, the traumas are still destroying us, destroying our lives, destroying our relationships and everything. But we trying to focus on this because now we are successful on this other thing that we're doing, and so now people are seeing that, and they doing great. He doing great over here. Like he's a great actor and blah blah blah. And he doing this thing, and I focus over here. Meanwhile, everything over there on close to my heart, or was close to my heart, is just languishing or disappearing, just falling apart. And we think that's cool. And we raise kids and they do the same thing. They have the same cycles and so on and so on and so forth. And we get here to this point where we're not even in community no more. And then we start thinking that we can all police each other's kids without each other's permission. So we show up at schools deep, like we about to whoop somebody else's children. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. We have to fix ourselves from within. Stop running from it. Face our faults. Face them. Ain't nothing. If it's not worth fighting for, though, I get it. But when it's worth fighting for, when like living, being happy is worth fighting for. Having what you want and doing what you want, with the right people around you and your circle around you, it's worth fighting for. You can't hide it. Comes off in your eyes, your body language. We need to start getting right with ourselves. But yeah, I'm on my tandem. I didn't mean to go all off into the tandem, but yeah, we struggling out here as a people. We need to do better. And we struggling out here as people because we're not fixing ourselves as individuals. Like we would lose things that, how did I say it? People would rather keep the skeletons locked away in their closet, so much so that they'll bury something great to avoid it. That's just what it is. But it is now my time. I'm done talking crazy. I'll be tuning in later on. I'll be jumping on later on. I hope y'all can tune in and enjoy. I don't want to be so, y'all my people, so I'm going to do it like this. Be great today. Love those around you. Make sure your circle knows that. Enjoy this great day and your greatness. And know that your boy rooting for you. All right? That's a wrap.